in a single month. And
You will never have a lawyer.
I make like
And this card is seen in me, sweetheart.
A man went to an upscale restaurant with his friends for dinner, and it was very busy. After a few minutes, the waiter seated them and gave them the food and drink menus. She told them she would come back to take their orders. A few minutes later, the waiter returned and took everyone's order. They laughed and joked as they waited for their food. Soon the food was served and everyone was happy, except they noticed one of their friends didn't get a plate. They asked the server why he hadn't received his meal. She said she'd go check with the chef. When she came back, she told them that his food would take a little longer. The rest of the group started eating while he waited. To his surprise, people who came in after them were already being served, and his friends were almost done with their meals. He started feeling frustrated and wondered why his food was taking so long. As he was deep in thought, two waiters appeared with multiple beautifully prepared dishes just for him. The manager and the chef came to his table to greet him and apologize for the delay. The chef explained that the dish he had ordered was one of the finest on the menu and required extra time and attention to prepare. His friends, and even others in the restaurant, were amazed by how stunning and aromatic his meal was. Many people pulled out their phones to take photos of it. The man smiled, satisfied. It was worth the wait. Waiting is one of the hardest things in life, especially when you have no idea how long it will take. But patience is the best remedy. True patience isn't about how long you wait, it's about how well you wait. Nothing works quite like patience. Few people can truly practice it. It's hard, but the person in a hurry often misses the way. Every success in life is a process, and every process requires patience. You can never be faster than your destiny. An ounce of patience is worth a pound of gain. Impatience brings sorrow, confusion, frustration, and regret. But with patient prayer, careful planning, dedication, and consistency, success will surely come. Never mistake temporary pleasure for lasting joy. Those who refuse to be patient for a moment may end up suffering for a lifetime. God is never late. You are just in a hurry. Sometimes God allows others to arrive before you so that they can witness your grand arrival. If you believe in God's plan, comment, "God's plan is worth the wait," and share this with your friends. Stay blessed. A man went to an upscale restaurant with his friends for dinner, and it was very busy. After a few minutes, the waiter seated them and gave them the food and drink menus. She told them she would come back to take their orders. A few minutes later, the waiter returned and took everyone's order. They laughed and joked as they waited for their food. Soon the food was served and everyone was happy, except they noticed one of their friends didn't get a plate. They asked the server why he hadn't received his meal. She said she'd go check with the chef. When she came back, she told them that his food would take a little longer. The rest of the group started eating while he waited. To his surprise, people who came in after them were already being served, and his friends were almost done with their meals. He started feeling frustrated.
Something about you is extremely attractive right now. Something about you is extremely attractive right now. I feel like you might have some chasers. You might have some people chasing your energy right now. There's a good energy here. Ooh. Ooh, who are you? Who are you? Seriously, go comment who you are because I need to know. I need to know. Angels, what do you have to say about this energy here? Ooh, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the next one too. Okay, so you got your bag, you got your goods, you got yourself pulled together, you are secure. This is why people want you. This is why people are so attracted to you. There is some kind of frequency or energy that you are radiating at right now that is basically glowing, okay? And literally pay attention to the bird that's on her hand right there, okay? Do you have any idea how, like, radiant you have to be for a bird to land on you. You're giving this energy. You're giving this energy. Like, you're almost like vibrating at the frequency that animals like are in love with. Like, that's how attractive you are right now. Now we've got the Six of Cups coming out, which is telling me it's like some kind of, you have healed something inside of you recently. You have healed something inside of you that is also healing things in connection to you and others at this time. That's what I'm hearing from the angels. In connection to you and others at this time. Whatever this is, it's unlocking something for you. And because it's unlocking something for you, someone's coming in with an offer. Now, you're already being chased. We already know that, right? You're already being chased. People are extremely attracted to you, but someone is coming in with an offer of the heart. Oh my gosh, the victory at the bottom. Angels, who is this person and what is this offer? Oof. Blue could be significant. How do you get the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles? Are you kidding me? Whoa. Okay, so we got the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, and we also have the 2 of Swords here. So I'm hearing that this offer that's coming in for you, this offer is going to be something that you have always dreamed of. This offer is going to be you leveling up. This offer, literally all the chickens at the same time. It's like the universe speaks with me. You're going to be leveling up, okay? So the 9 and 10 literally means you going from like solo abundance into abundance with another, okay? So this is some kind of an offer that's going to be taking you into like more family setting, or it could just be like partnership setting, but there's definitely an energy here that is, it's really attractive. The thing is, it's going to put you in a position where you're kind of a little unsure. Like, when you get this offer, I think you're going to have to sit on it. There's going to be a part of you that like halts and is like, do I want to do this? Because I'm getting this energy that it's really going to change a lot for you. Like, I just feel like it's almost like you stepping into a new chapter, but you have to choose the chapter to step in, right? 311 on my timer as I said that, the Fool. Literally talking about a new chapter. It's almost like you're being given the opportunity to choose to step onto an entirely new path. And do you see this? This is the Sun. Okay, this is my favorite card. So this offer is really, really emotionally fulfilling. It's really beautiful. It's like really exciting. I do think that it is definitely a letting go of an old thing and stepping into a new thing is the energy that I'm really, really getting here. You're going to have to make that decision. Like, it's going to be really clear that you have to choose it. And I feel like you are going to sit back for a moment and have to like really decide like if it's what's meant for you. And I do feel like it's an extremely abundant, beautiful offer, and it will make you feel very, very secure. We have so many abundance cards coming out here. Like, it'll be good. But I feel like there's a part of you that almost is going to be like letting go of something. 411 on my timer now. Blank 11 is really important for, oh my gosh, there's so many cards. Literally so many cards. Yeah, so I'm getting this message that is going to be extremely divinely led for you, but it's almost like you choosing to let go of old grounds that you've lived with on. We have the Tower, Judgment. Sorry, there's so many cards. 5 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Temperance, the Magician, and the 8 of Wands. So I feel like you might feel a little overwhelmed in this decision. It might be kind of hard for you to make. You might have like a bit of a moment where you're kind of like a Tower moment. Like you might feel like, shit, am I gonna like blow my life up for what? And I feel like you're gonna feel a little confused about it, and you're gonna feel like just kind of like you really have to sit with yourself is the energy I'm getting. Like, you're really gonna have to sit with yourself and see yourself and be like, is this what I want? Am I ready? Am I ready for this? Is this what I want? And you might even have to sit on it for like a few days is what I'm really getting. And then we have the next cards, which are kind of telling me that you're gonna have something new to balance in with you. Like, this decision is going to be like a whole new balancing act is what I'm really getting. But it does feel like it's a very divinely led mission. Like, these cards coming out specifically, like, this feels very divinely led, like very like, if you choose it, it's 1,000,000% for you. I mean, you can always, like, we all have like will, right? Like we can choose against things. But I'm really getting an energy that like this is gonna feel so in alignment for you. There's almost gonna be an energy that stops you in your socks, and you're gonna be like, how can I say no? You're gonna be like, how can I not choose this when it's everything I've ever manifested? But at the same time, you're gonna have a little bit of a tower moment, which is gonna be like, I have to let everything go in order for me to step into this, right? That's kind of the energy I'm getting. And you know, I'm really hearing this energy because like we did start this reading out with like how attractive you are right now. I feel like this is coming in because it's time for you to be seen. Like you can already feel that with how attractive you are, with how people are chasing you. Like it's your time. And I feel like this is just another step in that time, okay? Like you're meant to be in places and in up levels in your life, and you're gonna radiate more powerfully in every single moment that you choose to step into. So I just want you to really trust yourself in this experience and like know that like you're gonna know the truth before anyone else does. So don't ask other people for guidance on this. Just sit back in yourself and ask yourself, because you know exactly what is meant for you. Okay, I love you so much. If this message resonated with you, please do let me know, and I will see you in the next message. Something about you is extremely attractive right now. Something about you is extremely attractive right now. I feel like you might have some
I keep hearing love songs.
chasers. You might have some people chasing your energy right now. There's a good energy here. Ooh. Ooh.
I keep hearing love songs that are like mourning people from the past. Okay, this came out in my other reading, and I was trying to pick up on another energy today, but that is the only thing that's coming up. So 5 of Swords at the bottom with the Queen of Cups. I almost said King of Cups. So I do feel like there is somebody from the past that is hung up on you guys, and I think that they are moving through a lot of grief in terms of like, okay, I thought I was gonna pick out the 5 of Swords, it's gone. In terms of how they treated you, I feel like this could be something that they numbed out for a very long time. I'm hearing with substances or with other things, and I think, yeah, we've got the 6 of Cups. So a past energy that cannot get you out of their mind, okay? And I do feel like you guys are picking up on this. This could be kind of throwing you off, like throwing your energy off in some kind of way if you are getting distracted while you are trying to focus on things, or you haven't thought about this person and all of a sudden they just pop back up in your memory. I feel like it is because they are thinking of you and how they missed that opportunity in the past. This person could be a earth sign, and you could be a water sign. Don't have to be. I'm getting that. We've got the 9 of Cups and the Empress. This kind of reads like an arrogant energy that kind of thought that they could explore all of their options while keeping you second, third, fourth option, and not realizing the gem that they had. Okay, and again, I do feel like they're going through a period of judgment right now where they are being forced to, Capricorn energy came out again, Capricorn. I wanted to say earth sign, so this person could be a Capricorn. We've also got Aries. I think this person, because in the other reading that I posted, the 9 of Swords came out and we have the 8 here. So I think this person is being haunted by what they've done, by the things that they've said, and by the situations that they put themselves and you in. I wanted to say you in. But so they could have been, I'm hearing that this person has a lot of like trauma bonds with the different people, and a lot of soul ties that they've created because of the dynamics that they put themselves in, their inability to choose. And these two are interesting together because it's like, again, it's giving me that energy where it's like I can conquer it all and I can have everything that I want. I'm hearing I can have my cake and eat it too, and that was not the case. I feel like that energy got them in a lot of unfortunate situations, and I think that you guys were picking up on this a lot of the time. if they were being unfaithful or if they were putting you in third parties. That's the same thing. My brain just malfunctioned there for a second though. I think this person with the Six of Wands, due to certain wounds that they have from their childhood, they need a lot of external validation from other people. And either way, when somebody is putting you in like multiple third parties and talking to multiple different people at the same time, it is due to their own self-worth issues that they have. They're not able, my voice, they don't want you to know that, but they're not able to tend to themselves and see the self-worth or see the worth that they have within themselves. So the way that they treat themselves is essentially how they treat everybody else around them. That is the energy that this is giving me. With this, I feel like there's an energy here of this person choosing people that they thought are like more well off than you financially and putting things on a really surface level, which is really sad because those things are so like, I don't know, I think personality, well, I know, and I truly feel like personality and soul should be what comes first. That should be what you use, or that should be what you take into consideration first, right? A person's soul, how they treat people, not how much money they have, what they can do for you, so on and so forth. Their looks, these things are all important, I guess. Well, more so the looks part, like you guys need to be attracted to the people that you're with, of course, but I think putting that above all else can get you in some really unfortunate situations. I'm hearing, I don't talk like this, I'm hearing that this person thought they were hot shit. Okay. That's just what they're telling me right now. I feel like this whole time, we have the Emperor and the Empress here. So again, I feel like this is a childhood wound that they have yet to address within themselves that is wreaking havoc on their day-to-day life. And essentially their shadow keeps getting bigger and bigger because they are not tending to it. I do feel like if this person was on a higher vibration, it could have been a fruitful relationship, but I don't think that they stepped into that role. And I'm also getting the message that you guys shouldn't put your life on hold to wait for people to step into that role either. Okay, I feel like you are somebody who's really creative, who has so much abundance, and this is not just financial abundance, this is energy wise. You guys take care of yourselves, you pour into your life, into whatever you're interested in, your craft, your education, your work, and even if you might not be where you want to be, like at your final destination right now, you are well on your way there. And I really want to encourage you guys to keep going and to not let people's judgments or perceptions of you get in the way of anything that you're doing for yourself. How you feel about yourself is the most important, and anybody who's going to treat you as a second option does not deserve to be in first place in your life, okay? Whether it's a present person or a past person. So this energy wanted to come out again. We do have the Chariot, okay, so I think for you guys this represents a lot of forward movement, of course, and a lot of like really figuring out who you are, what your ego wanted versus what your soul wanted. I'm also getting the message that for some of you, you might receive some kind of communication from this person, and whether you respond or not is completely up to you guys. But I think that if you are ever put into this energy because of this person, that should be weighed, okay? That should be taken into consideration, and especially if you were put into third parties, or if this person, why can't I talk today? Perspective. Jeez. If this person showed you time and time again that they do not care about you, you need to take that as it is and not try and paint this person as somebody that they're not, or fall in love with the potential of a person when they are not actualizing into that potential. I'm hearing that this person had some kind of like come to Jesus moment, but that it might be a little too late for that, because you also had your own come to Jesus moment where you realized that you are not going to wait around and especially for somebody who has treated you in this way. So I would encourage you guys to keep healing and to keep reminding yourself why the past is in the past. And again, I said this in the first reading that this came up. It's not to hold a grudge, it's just to understand that certain things are meant to stay in the past, and if we take it back into our present moment, it can actually stop other opportunities from coming in, and opportunities that may be a lot more aligned for you. I'm gonna leave it there for today. I hope it resonated. I keep hearing love songs that are like,
someone is headed toward your door and their arrival is no accident. A visit you didn't expect, but it's part of something bigger. A car will stop outside, and among the people arriving, one will bring a message that changes your path. It's not a warning, it's a blessing. You'll feel peace, joy, and clarity. This moment is a divine setup. Be ready to receive what is meant for you. If you feel this is for you, say, I believe, and stay open to the gift that's coming. Someone is headed toward your door and their arrival is no accident. A visit you didn't expect, but it's part of something bigger. A car will stop outside.
You are cherished, you are seen, you are not lost, you are loved, and you have always belonged to him. Right now, a voice is calling, not loud, not forceful, but so real it stirs something deep inside your chest. It's not shame, it's not condemnation. It's the voice that first spoke light into existence, and now it whispers to you, come back to peace. Let me hold you again. Can you hear it? Beneath the noise, beyond the guilt, can you feel that? The trembling in your soul as it dares to believe this invitation is meant for you. Let it start to live.
You can have unconditional regard for the integrity of the hearts of those around you. But there is something very specific that Spirit is bringing forth to us today, and that is to take care and who you are counting as supports in your circle of support. There's something about individuals in your life, whether these are coworkers or friends or family members or a partner. There's something about being burdened unnecessarily by the drama of these other individuals. Spirit is encouraging you to lovingly put down what does not belong to you, what is not yours to carry. You are carrying a lot of burden for other people. There's a difference between loving somebody and being there for them and being and fixing something for someone else or other people, for carrying all of the weight, all of the responsibility, all of the duty, all of the responsibility for action. It's too much that you're taking on. It is not sustainable. So Spirit again is encouraging you to give some reflection and consideration to the emotional work that you put in for others, and where do you need to make tweaks in your boundaries so that you are able to function and be well yourself. Your health and your well-being is as important as these other individuals in your life. Spirit is suggesting there is a way to ensure that everyone's needs are met. And that doesn't mean that, again, you need to go in and fix everything for everyone around you. Perhaps what is in their highest good is for these other individuals who are particularly burdensome to have some of the weight of the responsibility and the choices redirected onto them, which is where it belongs. And then you carry your own accountability, your own responsibility for yourself. I'm sending love if this message resonates for you, because it's, again, the feeling I'm getting is that the structure of the relationships in your life that are occurring right now are not sustainable. You can have unconditional regard for the integrity of the hearts of those around you. But there is something very specific that Spirit is bringing forth to us today, and that is to take care and who you are counting as supports in your circle of support. There's something about individuals in your life, whether these are coworkers or friends or family members or a partner. There's something about being burdened unnecessarily.
Sometimes I do more harm than good to my skin barrier.
Woo! Some of y'all women gonna get mad at me today, so if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. First things first, quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him. Respect his space. Like, stop becoming so preoccupied and hyper aware of what a man has going on. As soon as you see his mood is off a little bit, you start becoming overwhelming. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Let me tell you how men are. A lot of men, when they are going through stuff, they may end up withdrawing or retreating because they're trying to figure it out. They're not always upset at you. Their moods are not changing just because of you. People go through things in a way that men are. They don't express themselves as much as we do as women. It's okay. Give that man some space. Oh yeah, the clinginess. Clinginess is cute to an extent, baby, but once you become codependent and you're always getting jealous whenever this person goes out, and you become anxious whenever they're not around you, you start blowing up their phones so they gonna hang out with their friends, that is problematic, and you're gonna push them away. As much as many of you all don't want to believe it, it's absolutely okay for a man to admire another woman. As long as it is a quick look, boom, and he's not staring, and he doesn't have a wandering eye, and he's not impulsive, and he's not a cheater. If he's all of those, baby, why are you with him in the first place? You're ignoring the red flags. You're settling. As long as that man is not window shopping or ordering off the menu, relax. He has a visual appetite. If he sees a beautiful woman, it's okay to admire. Just like if you see a handsome man, you're gonna admire him too. Relax. Stop letting yourself go. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you need to stop doing everything that you did in the beginning. If you always kept your skin together, and your nails together, your lashes together, your hair done, your body was waxed up at the beginning, keep that same energy. Hold your end of the relationship. Remember, visual, visual, visual. A man still has a visual appetite, and he loves what he sees, baby, because you're going to stimulate a whole lot more in him. Don't let yourself go because you secured the relationship. As much as you want to believe it, you're not always right. As much as you want to always be in control, you have to let some things go, baby. You cannot love a man the way you want to love him. If you study him, if you pay attention, if you actually listen, I guarantee you he would tell you how to love him. You cannot limit the way you love him to a love language. That's why I hate the conversation of love language. You can ask a man, what's your favorite love language? And he can say, oh, acts of service. And you think that's all you have to do to love him? No, baby, you got to study your man. Stop nagging him all the time. It's perfect. Okay, quit always expressing your dissatisfactions. If you see he's putting in efforts in other places, please uplift those efforts. Acknowledge him. Show that you appreciate that. If it's something like a pet peeve, baby, compromise. I know a lot of women have a hard time compromising. Baby, you got to find a middle ground. Sometimes it's just not worth you bringing up a dissatisfaction. A lot of you all just be nagging. You're pushing that man away. It's okay. He's not always going to fit your idea. He's not always going to satisfy you in every area. Baby, I promise you, every trait that you may have on your beautiful checkoff list, he may not measure up to every single one of them. That's why you have to be selective. But stop nagging all the time. You can't read minds and you can't predict the future. So stop trying to interpret things and stop trying to jump to conclusions. Baby, it's not healthy. It's a distorted way of thinking, and it will kill your relationship. Being independent is okay, but why do you have to be so independent that you're unreceptive? Men love to be needed. If you're so independent that you won't even allow him to help, what is he there for? Stop involving everybody in your relationship. I don't care if it's friends or family. They have no place to be in your relationship. So stop involving them. Their opinions do not matter. Their advice does not matter. They are not the person that you are sleeping with. Relax. You think you're doing something when you're comparing your man to everybody else. You're comparing your man to your best friend's husband, yada, yada, yada. And now he's pretending to be something that he's not. That's very uncomfortable for a man. Baby, constructive criticism and destructive criticism are real things. If you're always criticizing, you're going to push him away, and he's going to end up faking things, and that's going to make him unhappy, and then the intimacy is going to decline. And whose fault is that going to be? Yeah, because you were comparing. Many of you ladies are not the inspiration that you think that you are. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you're always operating in your comfort zone and you refuse to take risks and you lack intellectual intimacy, you don't go out there and try to learn new things, baby, you're not reaching new opportunities, you're always low in your confidence, you're not really inspiring this person. If this person is trying to grow, and you want to stay and you want to be on social media or on your phone and everybody else's business, and you're not really doing anything to add to his fruition, baby, eventually he's going to grow without you. Pessimism. Stop being negative all the time. Communication. Learn to listen. Validate their experiences. don't interrupt. You know what? The list can go on. Just work on your communication, baby, okay? Now, I know some of y'all gonna get to the end of this video and be like, Look, if you want a healthier relationship, start taking criticism. Take each piece if it applies and let it apply. If it doesn't, then go on about your business. But if you want a healthier relationship, if you're dating, if you're a girlfriend, if you're a wife, whatever it may be, you want a healthy relationship, baby, take the criticism as constructive. Take it as a learning tool. Use it and change. Woo!
Thank you so much!
When I come across some women, we get talking and you hear, I cannot settle down for less. Understandable. I cannot marry a man who earns 200, who earns 300. And I ask, sister girl, what is it you do for a living? Some of them, they hustle now. I'm still hustling. You don't even have a career. You don't even have a life. Yet you are desperate to get married. Now you get married. What are you adding to that marriage? You have nothing to offer aside your body. Do you realize as time goes into that marriage, your body, even love, is not enough to keep marriage? I know nothing is enough to hold the man who doesn't want to be held. But trust me, sister girl, you need to do more. Now let me tell you a few things you need to do or know before you say I do. You need to be financially liberated, number one. If you don't have a job, if you don't have a career, if you don't have a life, if you don't have yourself put together, if you don't have your life together as a woman, especially financially, gone are the days where men walk into a village and marry a stranded person and marry anybody they see. These days, men are intentional, just like you are, because a lot of you out there, your target is to marry a rich man. Yes, so the men are as intentional as you are. Nobody wants to marry a liability as a wife. Nobody wants to marry a jobless and a careerless woman. So before you think of saying I do, I don't have a problem with you being desperate. I don't have a problem with you setting your standard high. But are you matching? Are you meeting up to those standards that you have set for yourself? Before you think of saying I do, or before you get overly desperate, get your career settled. Financially get stable. Financially, you need to get stabilized. If you don't have a life, if you're not financially free, if you cannot breathe financially, trust me, if you cannot take care of your own bills, if you have to call a man when you want to do everything, anything you want to do, you have to call a man to help you out. Trust me, my darling, you are not ready for marriage. Marriage is not for you. So relax and enjoy your singlehood in peace. Number two, if you are not ready to be loyal and submissive, some of you will say, I'm a no-nonsense woman. No man can tell me what to do. No man can tell. If no man can tell you what to do, my sister, remain in your father's house. If you cannot listen to a man, if you cannot take orders from a man, why are you looking for a man when you're already a man? Man up yourself and be single. Because it takes two to tango. A man is the head. Trust me, all you are is the neck. And the smartest thing is that no head functions without the neck. So if you cannot take orders from the head, how to move, what to do, if you feel like you will get married and still continue to do the things you do as a single lady, something is obviously wrong with you. Number three, if you cannot respect a man, definitely, obviously, you cannot respect yourself. That means you don't need a man. Because respect is reciprocal. It's being reciprocated. If you cannot respect that man that you claim you love, if you cannot respect him as your husband, as your king, as your word, my darling, singlehood is not a disease. After all, every woman must not be married. Remember, when you die, when you want to go to heaven, you answer for yourself. So if you are too big to respect, if you're too big to be submissive and to be loyal, my darling, remain in your father's house. Till I see you again, I remain your girl, Successful Success. Don't forget, stay calm, drink a lot of water, and mind your business. When I come across some women, we get talking and you hear, I cannot settle down for less. Understandable. I cannot marry a man who earns 200, who earns 300. And I ask, sister girl, what is it you do for a living? Some of them, they hustle now.
I'm super excited right now, not only because I just finished work, my boyfriend came to pick me up, and it's Friday, but because Poppy is finally available in Canada!
So now I don't need to... I feel like some things are churning within your divine masculine. There is... God. I feel like some things are churning within your divine masculine. There is something happening within them that I'm not sure they can even explain or express. I'm hearing catch-22 and oxymoron for some reason. So this is telling me there is something about current circumstances that are separating you and this person. I'm also picking up with oxymoron. You both are so different from one another, right? Like it's really strange. I don't know if there's an age difference between you guys, if it's religion, if it's distance, you live in a separate state or country from this person. There is something that is in place keeping you apart. I'm just overall picking up a lot of space, a lot of distance between the two of you, but despite that distance, you are still connected to one another. And it feels like you've almost made a pact with this divine masculine in regards to staying conjoined, conjunct together. It just feels like an inner knowing here between the two of you, and whether or not that has been expressed, it's something that is felt amongst both of you. What is the current energy between my collective and their divine masculine, please? You kidding me? It's the Lovers, you guys. 57 could be significant. That reduces to a 12, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 and 5s could be significant to you currently, but this is the Lovers card. It's the two of you conjoined, entangled through space and time. Looking at this card, I'm getting a depiction of woman of the sky, man of the earth. There's something here about a duality. There's differences here between the two of you. Do you see this universe energy coming through in this card? But there's also a flower here growing, you know? So it's like earth and sky. The two of you, very different, but that is why the two of you magnetize to one another so intensely. It's like a positive and negative charge. They are magnetized to one another, and that is perfectly explaining the connection that you share with this person. You guys, this is deep. The bottom of the deck is falling. The two of you you've already fallen in love, but it feels like to me this is deepening. This is getting to the point now where it has to be outwardly expressed. It feels like the suppression that's been happening for so long is starting to really weigh on both of you. We have Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. This reminds me of the Magician card. And we have Choosing Your Path, All is Possible. All is possible with this Magician energy. It feels that your person is in a place now where they can take the necessary action towards you. It feels like they have everything they need here, okay? So I do feel like this person is currently, this reminds me of the Two of Wands, where this person is kind of planning, thinking. This relationship is spiritually protected and guided. Owls may be significant to you, maybe finches. There's something here where it's like this person is very aware they are exactly where they need to be in regards to you in this connection. They feel guided. I'm just drawn to the fact that that card says walk in beauty, and this person is getting ready to take their first step down their journey, down their path. And you can see this is a long road here, okay? So there's something here about this person gearing up to take action in regards to you. What are their feelings for you? What are they currently feeling within this connection between the two of you? What do we need to know? Feelings. Are you kidding me? We have the Two of Cups showing up, you guys. This is true love. This could be a soulmate or a twin flame. I'm heavily picking up twin flame energy here. This person feels that the feelings both of you have, that it's mutual. They feel like this is a reciprocating relationship. They know you love them and you know they love you. But it feels that it hasn't been voiced yet. It feels as though it hasn't been spoken on. And as I say that, at the bottom of the deck is the Moon. This love has been hidden, but felt deeply between two people. Oh, Ace of Wands. Not only is there love, but there is passion. You ignite something deep within this person. I don't think they have ever felt a love like this, and I don't think you have either. This person wants to start a new path, a new journey with you. They're excited about what the future brings. They are excited to take that first step. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio showing up, and that would explain the positive and the negative. Fire and water. The two of you are very different. We have the Nine of Wands showing up. Both of you have been through pain, sorrow, past relationships that maybe drug both of you through the mud here, and you stand before each other as a wounded warrior. I feel that both of you are very protective over each other. I also feel that both of you have a hard time opening up and expressing your feelings because of that. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups showing up. This is the most love I can pull. Okay, this person sees you as somebody who will take care of their heart. Let's get some message cards. What does this person want to say to you? I'm so attracted to you. That would definitely explain the Ace of Wands as well as the Two of Cups here. Like, this is mutual. Both of you are very attracted and drawn to one another. It's unexplainable. I just noticed the black fingernails on that hand. Maybe this person notices how you do your nails. They really like your hands. There's something here about that. I'm starting to understand our connection. Absolutely. I feel like some things are churning within your divine masculine. There is something happening within them.
Okay, so if you want to be able to feed people in places like Palestine or Sudan.
So, hi, friends. So, last night, God sat me down and told me to tell you all how it is that I got to this point. So, this is going to be about love, y'all. So, I want to say back in like 2021, I went through a breakup. I remember guys, sitting me down for a while and having me heal. And while I was healing, y'all, I was stripped of like job, everything like that, because it will mess with your mental. So God literally had me healing, doing a lot of meditation, just staying at God's feet until I got that energy back up. So I remember God allowed me to do like a class. So it was like a bowing class, to where once I passed the class, then I would get hired at bowling. So I was doing that. I'm going to class and everything, loving on myself, just treating myself, like spoiling myself for real. And I wasn't talking to nobody. Like, of course you'll get people who try, but I was just like, rejecting everybody because I knew I needed that healing. So it got to a point where God showed me this job offer, and I knew I was supposed to take it. So I took it. I applied for it and I got the job. So it then became a conflict with that class or the job. So I remember, God telling me just go for one day, because the day that I would have went was a Friday, and that Friday I didn't have class on that day. So it made it perfect. So God like, look, if you don't like it, then you could go back to the class. So I get in this job, y'all, and I cannot make this up. From the time I walked in, I just felt the spirit of God like inside the job. Now remind y'all, I'm used to that because I was at the feet for so long. So when I get in this job and just how happy they are, like the energy, y'all, I cannot make this up. And I'm like, okay, like I feel you in here. So before I actually started that job, God told me, like, you finna be running into a twin flame. And that's one of the reasons why I had to heal so quickly. So I remember God telling me a few things about this person, like you're not gonna be able to miss them. And man, yeah, I get in this job and we in the training class, and I remember somebody walking past me, and I looked, like it's just like they caught my attention. But I go back because remind y'all, I'm rejecting everything at this time. So man, as we sitting down inside seats, this man put this person right next to me. So like I could feel them. I'm constantly looking at them. They constantly looking at me. Oh my gosh, it's how I felt. So I keep going on about my business because mentally I know where I am. I'm like, no, like I cannot do this. Like, no. So it came to the point where the job had ordered pizza for our first day. So everybody go into like the little room that they had it in, but I went around because I didn't want no pizza. So I'm going to the little break area that they got so I could give me like some snacks or something, hold me over until I get off. And man, as I'm walking, I see this person, a whole different person. I see this person, I ain't tripping out. This person I ain't tripping off of, I'll be honest. So they talking, like they in a group and they talking to somebody, and I just see them bend down to laugh. And then they come up and look at me, like lock eyes with me, and left them people, y'all cannot make this up, just left them people behind. So they come in and talking to me and whatever, and like, this your first day? So I'm like, yeah. Can I have your pizza? I'm like, what? You want a slice of my pizza is crazy. Like, I don't even think that person spoke before they asked for my pizza. So it gets to this point where the person told me, like, well, I'm finna go take them to get lunch, but I ain't gonna buy me no lunch because I'm gonna get your pizza. I love the honesty. I'll be honest. I love the honesty. So we sitting all at the table. Well, I was sitting at the table, and then when they came back, they all sat with me or whatever. And we talking, and I just remember one of them saying the zodiacs, what they zodiac signs was. And this was one of the things that God told me. So as they talking and they get to the person next to me, they ask, what zodiac sign is you? And the person responded, and it was the zodiac sign that God said. So now I'm looking like, oh my gosh, like remind y'all, God said, you're not going to be able to miss this. So now I know what's going on. I already felt the spirit. I see this person. Then they said, they looked at me because y'all ain't gonna know nothing about me. I'll be honest. So it got to the point where one of their friends looked at me and was like, is you gonna be their friend? Because they definitely need a friend. I'm like, ain't no problem. Like, I'll be your friend. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So we exchanged numbers and everything. And y'all, this person was like a earth angel. And I said was because they passed away. And we were so close. Like, we got so close, y'all. So one day I'm at work at the same job, and another person approached me. And when this person approached me, y'all, it just gave a weird vibe. It gave a weird vibe. I don't know how my intuition didn't pick up on this. Man, I end up getting in a relationship with the other person because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. And I will never do that again. Yeah, I got with this person. I got stripped of every little thing. Like, that's the person you chose? Like, OMG, y'all, I got stripped of everything. When I say it was not days that went by to where it was not conflict in her. Like, just arguments. And man, it got to the point where I'm like, no, I can't do this. Yesterday when I told y'all that I had a spiritual whooping, that was the relationship where I was constantly being whooped like y'all. The pain, like OMG, but no matter what I went through in that relationship, I talked to God the whole time. I could be in a real life argument with this person and I would shut up talking to them and just literally start speaking to God in the middle of the argument. So God, like, I'm removing you, like I'm getting you prepared for a whole nother person. So while I'm with this person, so I'm like, Lord, I don't cheat. So, but God just started sending people like to show me like, this is not what I have for you. So I remember when I finally left this person alone, y'all, and God said, I'm not punishing you. I'm about to prepare you for something. So I go to my sister's house and I'm going through like just getting myself back up because it took so much of my energy, y'all, to where I didn't even understand like this person is feeding off your energy. Man, OMG, I get to my sister's house and I'm just pouring back into myself. I remember God saying, be your authentic self. And that's what I was doing. So guys started coming through like self-love, self-care, like wouldn't let me fall back into that mental space. So when I detached from this person, yeah, it was easy. It wasn't even hard. Like I'm constantly thinking about it, wasn't even hard. So man, I ended up leaving it and I left my sister's house because now God got me moving into like a different direction as far as investing career-wise. So I leave there. And same thing, God, like, even though you're doing what I got you doing, investing and building, whatever, I still need you to keep up self-love, self-care. When I'm saying self-love, y'all, what it is that I wanted, anytime I felt lonely, that's when I start spoiling myself. Like, if I wanted to, like, a relationship, if I'm like, dang, I miss, like, just chilling, cuddling, watching TV, I gave it to myself. I went, bought snacks, bought food, sat where I was, like, in the room, pulled up the movie on my phone, and I lay with myself, holding myself. Like, I literally had to become what it was that I wanted. So, I'm going to have to take this into part 2, y'all. So, come on, let's go. So, hi.
I just want to point out to you, Snaggletooth, who decided that in the comments of one of my videos where I was praising my husband for being a good man, where you guys were like, you're obsessed with him. You should really figure out how to not be around him like that because it's good to be independent. Fuck you. You bitch don't even have a man. So if I want to be a husband's girl, because that's what I am, I'm all about my man, my man, my man. Do you understand? Then I'm going to do that. If I decide to get up on here and praise him because he decided to take care of me the way that God sees fit, then I will. And you sorry, miserable bitch can suck my ass cheeks from left to right and then in a fucking circle. And then after, matter of fact, you can kiss my ass 2 ways to Sunday and twice on a motherfucking Monday. All right? Because at the end of the day, I don't understand for the life of me what type of miserable bitch you have to be to decide to go to somebody's video where they are happily married to a person who loves them and then spew such hatred and vitriol. It makes 0% of fuck-all sense to me. So, I'm going to go back in and kiss up and love up on my husband because I have a man. Have a day.
So guys, that there is Nikki Hudson. I follow her on Instagram. Her information will be below. Very funny how whenever women post up, especially black women, and obviously she's light skinned, so she's probably going to get some. Anyway, yeah, she's loving up on her husband, showing that he's a good man, praising her husband, saying all these great things. And then you have sisters that's giving it to her in the comments as usual, per usual. And I'm glad that she stood up for her husband, and she's gonna play some more. I'm gonna play some more videos here where she actually gets into it, where women are saying things like only that unhappy people would say, because happy people want to see other people happy. You know what I mean? Single women keep other women single. And it's just the way modern women are, and especially black women, which I hate to say it, is that you have to be divisive or cause some sort of rift between a woman who appears to be happy and her husband. That's why married women should not be hanging out with single women or unhappy married women who cheat on their husbands, because you're going to end up in the same situation. And I don't know, it's just the way you're wired. That's why women in general are just unhappy. A lot of y'all girlfriends, you can sit back or just talk to a woman. You understand that she's unhappy. You can't please a woman, and a lot of you guys are driving yourself crazy trying to please a woman. But let's get into this next clip she posted here. Let's go.
The last video I made to this got guidelined. So I'm going to try to say this as feminine, as quiet, and as respectful as possible. Ma'am, I am someone's wife. My husband, the man who is outside working for this home and for this family, loves me more than life itself and does not play about me. So I am sorry that you are so lonely and so miserable and so twisted up ugly inside, that your ugly that's in here has started to show on the outside, making no one want to be around you. So I get that life must be hard for you. And I'm sorry for that. But me, I'm going to keep on loving the man that loves me and does right by me. I'm going to keep on being submissive to him. I'm going to keep on loving him until God sees fit that I don't. You may call me a slave. I call myself happy. Isn't that wild? Have a day.
She said that so calm and eloquently without anger, even though we understand the previous clip and the clip I'm gonna play after. She does have quite a potty mouth, but she's getting her point across using these obscenities.
Ugly that's in here has started to show on the outside, making no one want to be around you. So I get that life must be hard for you. And I'm sorry for that. But me, I'm going to keep on loving the man that loves me and does right by me. I'm going to keep on being submissive to him. I'm going to keep on loving him until God sees fit that I don't. You may call me a slave. I call myself happy. Isn't that wild? Have a day.
She said that so calm and eloquently without anger, even though we understand the previous clip and the clip I'm gonna play after. She does have quite a potty mouth, but she's getting her point across using these obscenities and profanities, if you will. But this is the first thing that women will say to other women. Oh, it couldn't be me. Oh, that's too much like a slave. You're doing too much. You're doing the most. That man wouldn't do that for you. And all along, this man is sitting up here taking care of you. Women are clueless and have no idea. And I'm talking to my sisters now because they try to make fun of white women, Asian women, Hispanic women that take care of their men, that help their men, that get out there and work with them and do these things. Meanwhile, these women don't have to work because they understand the key to femininity. And a lot of our sisters feel like they have to be masculine and feel like it's a rite of passage and they have to talk down on the man and all this other stuff. And a woman, they want, be miserable with us. Misery loves company at the end of the day. Join us. How dare you do that? How dare you be happy? And they go through life just feeling like it's all about them. And it's a ridiculous cycle that goes on and on and on and on. Happiness is fleeting with our women, and it's very sad. And I'm glad that this woman is not as impressionable as other women, because this is how a lot of women end up single, because they listen to the peanut gallery of women, of unhappy women, that's telling them that what they're doing is wrong and what they're doing is right by being single, alone, and unhappy, just getting clapped up. And that's that. If you're looking for a serious long-term relationship, I must have to say that our sisters now probably is not the place to be at. I've tried it for years. It's been a difficult thing. It's been sass attitude. And we can always say you're dealing with the wrong women or you're dealing with this. But I wish that I could start like a up close and personal as far as you guys seeing the interactions or seeing interactions just to prove a point to you guys. That is routinely the same situation, same issues that you run into. But shout out to the sisters that do defend their men and do show that love is possible and do show that you can be feminine and empowered. And it just doesn't mean it's cool to have a man be the king and you be the queen at the end of the day. But hey, let's get on to the next clip, guys. Let's go.
Again, for you snaggletooth, sourpuss, tart, coochie energy asses, you want to talk about all that I've been doing for my husband, because like I said, I cooked and I cleaned and he hasn't done a dish or done a load of laundry. You know what the fuck I don't also have to do? I didn't pay for that. Wait for it. I ain't pay for that shit either. You wait. I ain't pay for this. I ain't pay for this. I ain't pay for not a goddamn thing up here. I ain't even pay for the shirt, the drawers, the bra, the pants that I'm wearing. Do you know why I have that capability? Because I'm a husband's girl. Because I treat my husband with respect, dignity, and I love him more than, the favorite candy you could probably think of. Okay, you understand? I love him in a way that is disrespectful, as in I would put hands on anybody that disrespects him, including my own fucking blood. So y'all who want to get up on here and put that shit in my comments about, oh my god, I would never want to love define me like this. Well, I hope it doesn't. I hope you're sad, miserable, and lonely for the rest of your mother life, bitch. because you don't deserve happiness if that's how you treat people who are happy. Have a day.
I always say it's a direct reflection, and no, you don't want that type of love. You don't want love at all. That's how I feel about it. But yet still complain about we're the least loved and we're the least respected and things like that. In order to get respect, you have to give respect, and you have to cultivate self-respect. Because any woman who's walking around talking about this man ain't ish and you doing the most, or it couldn't be me, instead of celebrating the happiness and say, hey, I would want that. I'd want to be that way. You have a ton of grandmas, women who are still angry to this day, still upset, still mad. And they'll be on their deathbed still mad and angry and upset. And it's just crazy when you think about it. And I know a lot of you guys watching this know this to be true, that you have women like that, man. And it's insane. It is insane, guys. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about these videos right here. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.
Let's go to Ruby.
Sometimes we need...
Let's go to Ruby. Ruby, you...
Sometimes we need to talk about the basics, because we forget so often when we're on this manifestation journey how to actually manifest. It's actually quite simple, okay? When we are experiencing a particular reality and we get this desire, when we get this desire, we can think about it, we can conceptualize it. It means that there's a reality where we're already experiencing that thing that we are hopefully going to manifest. We're not really going to be manifesting anything, okay? We are just going to be shifting ourselves to become the version of us that already has that thing. A lot of people think that just simply by thinking about that thing, that it's going to come into fruition for them. And no, what it is that you need to be thinking as if you already had it, because you are only manifesting yourself. You're manifesting a state. You're not manifesting that thing out there. You're manifesting yourself in possession or experiencing that thing. And that's why the state of being is so important. It comes down to your state of being, and through your awareness, you can choose which state of being you occupy. And I know there are terms called letting go, detachment, embodiment, and all those things. Basically, those are just terms to help explain to you what to actually do, which is when we're always in a state, by the way. And when we are in our current state and we don't have the thing that we want, that's a current state that we need to let go of and detach from. And then we choose through our awareness the state where we already have that thing, because that's what we want to manifest. That's what we want to experience. And then we embody that state of already having it. And then the more we do that, the more consistent when we do that, the more dominant our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions and everything that comes along with that, our assumptions about that thing, that identity that we take on, that already has that thing that we are trying to manifest. We shift ourselves. We're not actually manifesting that thing. We're shifting ourselves into that reality where we already have that thing. Okay? And that is how you actually manifest. Sometimes we need to talk about the basics, because we forget so often when we're on this manifestation journey how to actually manifest. It's actually quite simple. Okay? When we are experiencing a particular reality and we get this desire, when we get this desire, we can think about it, we can conceptualize it. It means that there's a reality where we're already experiencing that thing that we are hopefully going to manifest. We're not really going to be manifesting anything, okay? We are just going to be shifting ourselves to become the version of us that already has that thing. A lot of people think that just simply by thinking about that thing, that it's going to come into fruition for them. And no, what it is that you need to be thinking as if you already had it, because you are only manifesting yourself. You're manifesting a state. You're not manifesting that thing out there. You're manifesting yourself in possession or experiencing that thing. And that's why the state of being is so important. It comes down to your state of being, and through your awareness, you can choose which state of being you occupy. And I know there are terms called letting go, detachment, embodiment, and all those things. Basically, those are just terms to help explain to you what to actually do, which is when we're always in a state, by the way. And when we are in our current state and we don't have the thing that we want, that's a current state that we need to let go of and detach from. And then we choose through our awareness the state where we already have that thing, because that's what we want to manifest. That's what we want to experience. And then we embody that state of already having it. And then the more we do that, the more consistent when we do that, the more dominant our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions and everything that comes along with that, our assumptions about that thing, that identity that we take on, that already has that thing that we are trying to manifest. We shift ourselves. We're not actually manifesting that thing. We're shifting ourselves into that reality where we already have that thing. Okay? And that is how you actually manifest. Sometimes we need to talk about the basics because we forget so often.
I've been using Shopify for 8 years since I was 19 years old, and I can never recommend them enough. By using Shopify, you literally could turn an idea from scratch into an e-commerce store in literally less than an hour, and Shopify is...
Don't trust words, trust actions. People can tell you anything, but actions will show you everything. Don't trust words, trust actions. People can tell you anything, but actions will show you everything.
If you ask me to come and work on the patio, I will never turn you.
Women are turned on by your lack of cooperation. So the first thing we have to address is this. Women chase, follow, and pursue one thing and one thing only, and that would be excitement. Women follow their feelings. Women follow their own emotions. You can be very sure of one thing. A woman will always be loyal to one thing and one thing only, most likely or oftentimes, and that would be her emotions. Women are loyal to their own emotions, which means women chase, follow, and pursue excitement. Now, what this does right here is this creates a big question mark in that guy's mind. And he goes, well, what gets a woman excited? Is it charisma? Is it charm? Do I have to be good at conversation? No, 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 no. Listen, listen, listen. Listen closely. That is what the world has convinced you of. That is what the world has programmed you to believe. It's not true. The most exciting thing to a woman is masculinity. When it comes to femininity, masculinity is everything that femininity is not, and vice versa. They are opposites. The most exciting thing to a woman is masculinity. Listen to me closely. The reason why on this channel I'm helping men revitalize masculinity is because I know and I understand fundamentally at a core level that that right there is going to be the one turnkey difference between a man having success in his dating life and one who doesn't. Because you can learn every kind of tactic and strategy. You can learn every type of approach mechanism or strategy or text message tip or whatever. If this right here isn't addressed, you will most likely always have women lose interest or create different circumstances in your life that you did not want to have happen. That is how important revitalizing masculinity is in your own life. Women, you have to understand this. Their being, their spirit, when they are with a man, they are energy receivers. She is constantly screening for not only his weaknesses, but she is receiving his energy. Without proper masculinity, masculine frame, and guidance, the woman loses the excitement, the thrill, and everything that went along with you. You have to be so strong. And I'm going to explain why in just a little bit. Now, like I told you, this video is all about opposites and understanding opposites. So the first thing that we have to address is the natural element of masculine nature. Notice, I'm not talking about female nature. I'm talking about your own core male nature, masculine nature. The natural element of masculine nature is to be active, moving in motion. You are the initiator. You are the ignition of the energy. You create. If God made man in his image and God was a creator, man, masculine, is the active. You are the in motion. You are the creative. You are the spark. That is your energy. You have to understand this. Now, what is the opposite of masculine? The opposite of masculine is feminine. If I just told you that masculine nature is to be active, the opposite of active is to be passive. This is what you have to understand. This is why I'm telling you, the female, the feminine, is the energy receiver. You have to understand this, and you have to get very clear on this, because once you get clear on this, you will find yourself, you will catch yourself slipping into the wrong energy if you are not aware of this. This goes way deeper than any type of tactic or any type of strategy that somebody told you when it came to charisma. This goes way deeper than that. She's looking for guidance on every kind of level. She is looking for strength at every level. She is looking for strength physically in you. She is looking for spiritual guidance and protection. There is so much that she's looking for when it comes to that man, because you have to understand, if hypergamy optimizes for survival and survival is hypergamy, and she's looking at you saying, hey, what is this man doing? Where is this man going? She is looking at everything. Every sentence, every word that comes out of your mouth, every kind of action, she is looking for a reason to disqualify you. So listen to me very closely. Your willingness to cooperate is you entering into a passive state. Your willingness to cooperate is you entering into a passive state. You live a certain way, you act a certain way, you know who you are, and she says, hey, let's do it this way. And do you know what you say? You look at her and you go, sure. Okay. Sounds good. Listen to me closely. You need to always recognize in life when you start to enter into a state where you just go with the flow. Go with the flow is the land of you not knowing what direction you are going. Go with the flow is you living in the land of not understanding why she left you. You going with the flow is you not understanding who you are and where to put your time. Listen to me closely. When you find yourself living in the land of okay, yes, sounds good, that works, or worst of all, sure, you find yourself living in that land, in that world, okay, yes, sounds good, that works, and sure, your cooperation is a turn-off. Women are turned on by your lack of cooperation, your ability to say no. You have to understand that at a core level, she wants to enter into the man's frame. His frame of how he is setting up life, his frame of how he is living, his frame of everything. She wants to know that hypergamy is satisfied because the way he does things is almost correct by default, and that is how closely she can follow and trust his judgment. This is so important. Your vocal tone at all times needs to demonstrate that you are sure of yourself. She does not want to see you living in the land of okay, or sure, or that works, or any of that. Women are turned on by your lack of cooperation. So the first thing
Someone is watching you closely, but this time it's not about love, it's about money, big money. There's a person in your life, someone with power, access, or influence, who's secretly thinking about giving you an opportunity that could completely change your financial life. Don't scroll away now, because if you stop watching, you'll miss the sign the universe has been trying to give you for days. Yes, I'm about to reveal who that person is. And even more importantly, I'll give you the first initial of their name. If you're still here, it means this message is meant for you. Nothing is random. The timing is divine. But to fully receive this message, you must type 333 in the comments right now. That's the number of alignment, abundance, and confirmation. I sense this person has noticed your talent, your effort, or your potential, but they haven't said anything yet. They're watching, waiting. Maybe there's someone in your network, or someone you've already spoken to about a dream or a plan, and now they're about to come forward. They may offer you a job, a deal, a gift, or an investment, but it won't come as luck. It's a reward for your patience, for your struggle, for staying on your path. When you click the WhatsApp share button, pay attention to the 8th name that pops up, because that person will hold the key to your next financial breakthrough. Accept this message from the universe by commenting, I receive this abundance. And don't forget to hit the heart and the plus sign on the side, because your money shift is already on its way.
I gave you my heart, but you I just hope that I don't decay.
Someone is what?
This is for all the GTA drivers.
Make your choice and make them loud. It's standing firm with your decision, no matter how hard that choice is, and no matter how hard that decision is. Make them loud. Be proud of it. Panindigan mo yung desisyon na yon. But make sure pag pinanindigan mo yung desisyon na yon, prepared ka sa outcome ng desisyon na yon. Prepared ka sa kung anong consequence that comes with that decision. But you also have to prepare yourself for the kung anong course ng buhay mo, kung saan ka dadalhin. Make your choice and make them loud.
Kia ora TikTok. So we're checking in for your guys' 24-hour message. So as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But let's have a look and see what Spirit wants you guys to know for the next 24 hours. So I feel like there could be a sense of self-doubt. Alright, there's a sense of worry, there's a sense of anxiety when it comes to something that we have been avoiding. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles coming out today. So I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, guys, this is in relation to being worried about something where we feel like we don't have control over a certain situation, okay? Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, she's showing up as someone that's quite stable and that's quite committed, okay? Because you got the Hierophant card coming out as well, guys. So there's a sense of really committing to something today. There's a sense of committing to something today. And this is something where I feel like once we sort of commit to this, because we have been quite worried about sort of taking hold of the situation, okay? And sort of, there's been doubt here as well. So you could have been doubting yourself when it comes to a certain situation, but I see it sort of clearing out today, guys. You guys are looking quite stable today, okay? And it's fully committing to something that I feel like is coming forward today. There's a sense of committing to something, and this is something quite stable. It could have been something you were avoiding for quite a little while as well. But I feel like when it comes to sort of having boundaries with yourself and your thought patterns, that's really something that is coming forward today, guys. Yeah, there's a past situation that's connected to this Four of Cups. So we were avoiding something, okay? And this is avoiding taking action towards something. There could have been a time where we were sort of self-reflecting for a little bit too long when it comes to avoiding whatever the situation is, guys. But there's a sense of commitment and stability coming in today. Yeah, there's a new beginning. So I feel like we could have completed a task that we were sort of doubting ourselves when it comes to sort of being able to pull it off or sort of trying to avoid a certain situation. But I feel like we're stepping into a brand new beginning today, guys. This brand new beginning is bringing sort of stability. It's really committing to something that we haven't sort of taken action on previously, okay? So there's a form of commitment that's coming into your guys' energy today. And I feel like it's going to stabilize you guys, if not financially. It's committing to something that's going to sort of stabilize you moving forward. All right. So for some of you, this could be a new job. This could be sort of stabilizing something internally. But there's definitely a sense of stability coming forward today, guys. And it's something that you're going to fully commit to, okay, with that Hierophant card coming out. And I feel like once we commit to this situation, guys, it's going to breathe a lot of confidence. When we sort of stepped into this situation, we've left a lot of doubt and confusion behind, okay? And it's simply because we weren't taking action towards what it is that we needed to do to sort of bring stability towards us, okay? But I feel like today, you're going to sort of step out of your comfort zone. And this is something where I feel like you could have been restricting yourself from taking action towards this for a little while, guys. But with that Queen of Pentacles and that Page of Pentacles coming out, guys, it's you taking action. It's you stepping into something that was uncomfortable at one point, but now you're taking action. And once you step into taking action, guys, it's going to not only bring stability to sort of your internal state, but it's bringing stability in your physical reality too. And it's showing that you're committed. It's showing up for yourself. Because this is something that's going to benefit you for the long run, right? Because it's something that you're starting. It's a new way of sort of pushing forward. And I feel like this is something today that you're putting real commitment into, okay? Once we sort of start this new beginning, guys, we're leaving the worry and doubt behind and we're stepping into really committing to what this is, and it's taking action. We're committing to taking action moving forward. And I feel like this is boosting your confidence. This is putting yourself back out there. You had the Hermit card coming out earlier. So I feel like this is a sense of stepping out in the open. This is being seen. This is carrying yourself in a different energy. It's boosting your confidence. So you're putting your energy back out there. It's almost brought a completion to something that we were sort of worried and anxious about, okay? Because we were trying to avoid this. But the minute that we sort of stepped into the stable new beginning, guys, it sparked some sort of life back into you. You're moving forward as the Queen of Wands, guys. And I feel like with that Queen of Wands, you're putting yourself back out there. There's a sense of stepping back out in the open where I feel like you've kept yourself closed off for a little bit. And I feel like whatever this new beginning is that's coming in at the moment, guys, is sort of setting you up moving forward, okay? Because I feel like this is bringing you out of sort of your comfort zone. It's bringing you out and sort of allowing other people to see you, right? Especially with that Six of Wands. But it requires you to take action. And I feel like the action part was sort of what we were avoiding, all right? But with this confidence comes stability. Stability, okay? And there's a sense of you sort of walking forward with this new sense of being. And I feel like because you are putting yourself out there, there's new energies that are being attracted to you, okay? You got the Three of Cups coming out with the Two of Wands. Because we've sort of stepped out of our comfort zone, we're attracting new energies, guys. And with these new energies come new opportunities, new ideas. So I feel like this stagnant period was definitely a time of self-reflection, okay? But I feel like what you can look forward to after sort of putting yourself out there, making yourself known, and with oozing this confidence after the stable new beginning, guys, is we're bringing in other energies. And I feel like these other energies that are sort of showing up for you are going to be part of something that are there for the long run, okay? There for the long run. And I feel like for some of you, this is something where you guys were quite worried and anxious in the past, guys, but I feel like putting yourself out there and attracting these new energies is going to benefit you in some type of way, okay? And I feel like whatever it is that you're sort of committed to, whatever this new beginning is for you, it's a new sense of moving forward in a different energy, guys. It's a different energy completely. I feel like we were quite closed off in the recent past. We're stepping out today and we're making ourselves known. We're committing to something that's going to reshape sort of where we're going next. All right? So that's looking like some really good energy, guys. I feel like there's a lot of sort of new days on the horizon. I feel like where we can trust spirit, guys, is that they can see what's coming for us in the future. We can't, but we're taking the necessary steps to really bring that in now, okay? So I'm going to leave that with you guys. It looks really good. So take care of your guys' selves, and I'll talk to you soon. Kia ora TikTok. So we're checking in for your guys' 24-hour message. So as always, take what resonates and leave it.
So baby girl, I'm gonna get you on track.
Wait, a dating app that doesn't suck?
Hey guys, so I hope you had a really good weekend. We just had a long weekend for Canada Day here. Funny, I'm wearing red today. So I think I'm gonna do a reading for the Twin Flame Collective. What does the Twin Flame Collective need to know? I'm getting the vibe that it's just about like general energy and like general like lessons and energy that we're transcending through right now. Oh wow, okay, so we have the King of Wands. What I was gonna say was we have been, as a collective, like the whole world, there's been like a split in consciousness. Like some people are living like the consciousness of like 5D heaven on earth, and like you're probably like finding that life is becoming like a lot more easier, or you're like in the transition of you know, a lot of upheaval and ascension symptoms. But then there's a split, and there's people that are still really heavy in that fear and ego consciousness energy, and so like they're more like living in the 3D consciousness. So like it's not like we're living like two separate worlds, like we're on the same earth, but we're just experiencing things differently. is from like what I've been getting from my guides, and just like what I've been really seeing. Like there's a contrast between two worlds. And so for me, I have been really noticing things like manifesting really quick. Time is going quicker. I just had like a massive miracle happen in my own personal life. I just feel like this energy of like ease. Things are just a lot more easy. And I did go through a period where it just felt like, I was just trudging through the mud, and it was just like block after block and obstacle after obstacle. But now it just seems like more serene, more peaceful, more calm. It really honestly feels like I'm living in a bubble. Anyway, so we have the King of Wands. What does the Twin Flame Collective need to know right now? The Wheel of Fortune. Can I get one more, Spirit? Also, guys, I am really close to 1,000 followers, and when I get to 1,000 followers, I can do live readings, and I will pick up on your energy, especially if you're subscribed. Like it is kind of like an energy exchange. Oh, so we have the Four of Wands, the King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Wands. But at the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So I feel, and the Three of Wands. So what I feel like what Spirit's saying is it's kind of like a book, or like a set of instructions. So if you're familiar with the Kings and the Tarot, the King of Wands, he is very passionate. He's a little bit different than the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, he has the passion, he's grounded, he's practical, but he's emotionally mature. He kind of has like a dad energy to him. The King of Wands is very much, I am like feeling strongly that, like the fire placement. So that's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, just like really think about like those type of energies and like what they present, how they act, right? I'm thinking of Aries in particular, like I'm channeling that energy. They fake it till they make it, and even if they're not confident, you'd never know. Because like that's just like who they are. That's like it seeps through their bones. And so Spirit's saying, please allow yourself to be confident that your wishes and your desires and your manifestations will come true, because they will. And like you have the power to turn the wheel for yourself. And I'm channeling, like I just actually watched this TikTok, and it was someone's son that has like a special connection with angels, and they said that like you can just ask us and we will help you. And that's what Spirit's saying, is that like we're always willing to like divinely intervene, but you just have to ask. And so when you have like that passion, that determination, that perseverance with like that the will to turn your own wheel, you can also get that help from the divine. And I honestly think that it's just like, it's like a reminder that like you create your reality, and you can have your union. You can have your heaven on earth, your divine family, like whatever you are trying to cultivate. It's just you that gets in your own way. And that's why we have the Nine of Swords at the back of the deck. The Nine of Swords is it's the anxiety card. It's the overthinking, being in your head. And a lot of the times, and I think I told you guys this, I did an experiment this year. I noticed that my abundance and like my wealth and my finances were really, really good when I believed that it would be really, really good, and that Spirit had me, the divine had my back. But like once I started getting into fear and worrying about it, it kind of like made a block. Like I blocked myself. And so, like, that's just what Spirit's saying. They're saying you have all the power to cultivate what you want. You can have that union. You can have that stability. You can have that heaven on earth. But, like, you have to get out of your own way. And the biggest way that people get in their way when it comes to, you know, their twin flame mission or, you know, being in union or, like, their true happiness is they believe that they're not worthy of it or that they can't have it. But I promise you, you can. I just had like a major blessing happen in my life. And I've been working really hard on my abundance and my finances. And, you know, I was trying to find a way that I can like really build my wealth. And I'm actually going to be, you know, moving in with my parents. And like they're gonna help me save some money. And like I feel like it's like a brand new beginning. And like, you know, this day and age, like I'm 36 years old, like to be able to have that brand new beginning and to really be able to focus on building like a really great foundation with myself with like the tools that I've learned, that's a miracle. But it only happened because I believed it would happen and I believed the divine would have my back. Spirit, what else do you want the collective to know? Okay, the Two of Swords in reverse. So this is instantly giving me like delays and stagnancy. I'm actually gonna get one more. So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, but the Emperor in reverse. Can I get a clarifier for the Emperor in reverse? Yeah, this is just all about choices. If you have been feeling like a lot of ascension symptoms and, you know, like you have been paying attention or been made aware of like, you know, the vibration changes of the earth. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. It starts with an S. It's like Schuens or the Schuens resonance or whatever. It's basically, it shows you like the energy levels fluctuating with like the crust of the earth. And so Spirit's saying like if you've been made aware of that and like you've been having ascension symptoms and like you are very aware that something big is happening, that means that like you are very much in this collective and like you have come into a different vibration and things are actually like meant to happen for you. Like you've made that choice. Like you've come onto that timeline and the only thing stopping you is yourself. And that's why the Emperor is in reverse. And you know, like this is fast movement. So like you can be your own worst enemy or you can turn this around and step into your boss babe, boss man energy and have like those spiritual breakthroughs. Okay guys, but that is your message today. I hope you have a great day. Hey guys, so I hope you had a really good weekend. We just had a long weekend for Canada Day here. Funny, I'm wearing red today.
Afrofest is back at it again this year, guys, on July 4, 5, and 6. If you are wondering where to be
in an emoji, how would you describe Dell's new line of AI PCs?
The smiley face with the heart eyes.
Oh, I love that one.
Do you want to heal?
Yes.
What do you want to heal?
My heart.
Okay. All you have to do is you close your eyes. Say this right now. Close your eyes and just say, God, I am ready to heal my heart.
I'm ready to heal my heart.
Bring to me exactly what I need.
Exactly what I need
to heal it.
To heal it.
The people, the circumstances, the opportunities, everything. I am ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to go into it.
I'm ready to go into it.
I'm ready to stop avoiding it.
I'm ready to stop avoiding it.
I'm ready to heal my heart.
I'm ready to heal my heart.
And discover who I really am.
And to discover who I really am.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Listen to me. That is how powerful we are. Wow. That's all you have to do. Talk to God. I didn't say pray. I didn't say ask. I didn't say hope. Please, could you please? No. Speak. You and the Creator are one. You are the Creator. You are the Savior that you have been waiting for your entire time. Speak it into existence and watch it start happening. Do you want to heal?
Why can't you find a husband? Especially if you were with a man for 4 years. Why didn't y'all get married?
It just didn't work out.
You're a college-educated woman. Please do better.
Yeah.
It did not work out, meaning what? Did you break it off or did he break it off?
Yeah,
Who left?
Broke it off.
You broke it off with him. Why?
I thought I could do better.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. 4 years,
Yes, sir.
and you thought you could do better. Why?
I'm copying to that.
But what did he do?
He was indecisive.
What did he do for a living?
He was a regional director for a fast food company.
A regional manager or a regional director?
Director.
Right. Did he earn more than you?
A lot more.
And what do you do for a living?
I work in customer service.
Like a call center?
Yeah.
Oh, are you trolling me?
I promise I'm not. Like,
So
no,
let me
I'm
get
serious.
this right. You're an overweight customer service agent.
What? Oh, I would say.
I don't care what you would say. I'm the professional image coach. Look, ma'am, so he was definitely making over 6 figures.
Well, no. He's making that now.
So pay attention, everybody. Average black woman leaves a 4-year relationship because she thinks she can do better. Good for you, brother. Hope you work at Sonic or White Castle or whatever. Do you have cat insurance, ma'am?
I don't like cats.
Danger zone!
Oh, God.
Because this is kind of crazy. You've likely already met your guy and you blew it. You didn't say he did anything wrong. You just thought you could do better. Why did you think you could do better?
Well, at the time, he wasn't where he was. This is where he is now. He was working his way up.
Exactly. And like far too many black women, you don't want to wait. Why can't you find a husband?
Where you at? 10 of Cups is out here, okay? Hermit is out here. The Wheel of Fortune is out here. So this is is this another? Are they back together? The Lovers. Okay, so they just had a fun little spout bout weekend night, whatever. Okay, so these two people are still. I'm just trying to understand. 10 of Cups is out here again. You feel me? So you have two people that are ascending or in the period of ascending into the Emperor and the Empress. The way that they're doing it is not by the book, I guess you could say. Nobody's journey is by the book, but these two people are really creating their own rules, okay? They're really doing their own thing here, and it seems again to be working. When we tap in, when I tap in, I see 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the Chariot. But if you ask these two people, it's 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Chariot. It works for these two people. I'm just an outsider looking in, so that's all that I really can give is my outside perspective. But if you ask these two people.
In this world, to make people like you, even your own family, you must first make yourself useful to them, or else nobody will care about you. Listen to what happened to this man in his village and you'll understand the true color of people. Not very long ago in a quiet village, there lived a man. He was blind and crippled. He couldn't see and he couldn't walk. Because of these conditions, he became a nobody. No family visited, no friends came by. He was forgotten by all. He had a son, but the son had traveled far away, hustling in the city just to survive and send money back home. He had no choice. The father stayed in the village, suffering alone for many years. Then one day, the son finally began to earn some money. He faced a choice: return to the village to stay with his father, but there'd be nothing to eat, or stay in the city, sending money while his father remained lonely. After much thinking and listening to what his father said, he decided to stay where he was. But then again, who would stay with his father? The man couldn't walk. He couldn't see. Nobody cared. Nobody checked on him. He was not useful to anyone. So one day the son said, "I'm coming home, father. You have me. I can't be here while you are suffering so much." But his father told him, "No, son, you don't need to come. All I need from you is this. Buy me a television, a generator, and if possible, a bicycle. If you can provide those things for me, I will be very happy." The son was surprised. "What? A television? Bicycle? But father, you don't have eyes to watch TV, you don't have legs to ride a bicycle. What are you talking about?" His father replied, "That is what I need from you, my son. If you can provide it for me, I will be very happy." Even though confused, the son respected his father's words and sent everything: the TV, the generator, the bicycle. When the items arrived, the people in the village laughed at him. What will a blind man do with a television? What can a crippled do with a bicycle? But those same people who mocked him now became the closest people to him. They were the ones who helped him set everything up. He didn't have to move a finger. They turned on the generator, the TV, and even charged their phones at his house. The very parents who once told their children, "Stay away from that man," were now the ones coming to charge their phones. Their children came to watch cartoons. Kids started fighting over his bicycle just for a chance to run errands for him. He didn't need to call anyone anymore. They came to him willingly. He became useful. And just like that, the man who was once forgotten became loved. From nobody to somebody. Later, the son called again and asked, "Papa, what is this miracle that just happened? How did you know all these things would bring people close to you?" His father smiled and said, "My son, life is simple. If you have the opportunity, prove it to people. You have to show them how useful you are. That's how you make people care for you, surround you, love you. If not, they won't have your time. That's why I told you to buy me all those things. I can't watch TV, I can't ride bicycle, but they can. And by giving them what they need, I gave myself what I need, which is people around me." That moment, the son realized he was about to make a very big mistake. Leaving his work to come and stay with his father would have been the wrong choice. The real solution was to keep making his father more useful. So guess what? He kept buying more useful things for his father. He built a house for his father. He bought a solar panel so even more people could come and charge their phones. He drilled a borehole so villagers could fetch clean water. He bought a freezer and filled it with soft drinks so people could buy from his father. He also bought a ladder so people could come and rent from him. And little by little, the man who was once crippled and useless to everybody became the most popular man, not just in the village, but in the whole community. This is the lesson behind the story. In this life, people don't just love, they love what is useful to them. That's how even a blind, crippled man turned loneliness into love, by becoming useful. He couldn't walk, he couldn't see, but he gave people what they needed. Here's the hard truth. If you're not useful, even your family may forget you. So ask yourself, what value are you adding to others' lives? When you become a solution, people will come to you. And if they don't, at least you'll know you did your part. But don't just love people because they benefit you. Love them even when they can't give you anything, because one day you might be the one who needs help. And you'll pray someone sees your worth beyond what you give. Life is simple, and life is short. Share this story to help someone. Like, comment, and follow for more real-life lessons. Thank you, @Sagerspheres. In this world, to make people like you, even your own family, you must first make yourself useful to them, or else nobody will care about you. Listen to what happened to this man in his village and you'll understand the true color of people. Not very long ago in a quiet village, there lived a man. He was blind and crippled. He couldn't see and he couldn't walk. Because of these conditions, he became a nobody. No family visited, no friends came by. He was forgotten by all. He had a son, but the son had traveled far away, hustling in the city just to survive and send money back home. He had no choice. The father stayed in the village, suffering alone for many years. Then one day, the son finally began to earn some money. He faced a choice: return to the village to stay with his father, but there'd be nothing to eat, or stay in the city, sending money while his father remained lonely. After much thinking and listening to what his father said, he decided to stay where he was. But then again, who would stay with his father? The man couldn't walk. He couldn't see. Nobody cared. Nobody checked on him. He was not useful to anyone. So one day the son said, "I'm coming home, father. You have me. I can't be here while you are suffering so much." But his father told him, "No, son, you don't need to come. All I need from you is this. Buy me a television, a generator, and if possible, a bicycle. If you can provide...
You could have become exactly what others became. Cold and calculating. You could have decided to match their energy, mirror the cruelty, and play the same games. But you didn't. You kept a higher standard. Even after all the betrayals, even after the silent treatments, even when your name was twisted by the very same mouths that you fed, even when they turned the love that you freely gave to them into a mockery, and they met your loyalty with knives in your heart and in your back. You still showed up with your heart intact, but you weren't being punished. You were being positioned, because every loss that you endured only stripped away any and everything that was not allowed to go with you in this new season. Every season of isolation that you went through was meant to show you the strength you didn't even know you had. Every betrayal only revealed what you would have never otherwise questioned or even acknowledged. And every test was to prove one thing, to remind the world that not everyone bends and that not everyone sells their soul just to feel seen. You will speak in rooms that your enemies never imagined you would reach. You will be handed opportunities that were built for the character you have, not because of talent. You will live again, but this time with peace that you did not have to earn. God is going to show you that you weren't crazy for loving like that. You weren't wrong for expecting more, because now the tables are turning in your favor. Now the seeds that you have sown, they are bearing fruit. Now, the very ones who mocked you will witness what your obedience has built, because you didn't just survive, you stayed pure. So hold your head up, because your reward is already in motion. And that same standard that you kept will be the very stage that God uses to put you on. You could have become exactly what others became. Cold and calculating.
So there's something I need to tell you. You are carrying way too much, not in your hands, not on your shoulders, but in your mind. You've picked up every moment that didn't go your way, every person that ever let you down, every word that you didn't like, and you're still holding it right now. I want to ask you something, and be honest. How long do you plan on carrying that? That one thing they said, that one time you failed, that one outcome that you needed to go a certain way. You say you want peace, but you keep replaying what hurt you. You say you want freedom, but you keep arguing with reality. Let me give you some real life examples. You had a conversation with someone. It was a partner, friend, even your mom. And they said something that felt disrespectful or dismissive. Days later, you're still replaying it. You're driving to work, talking to them in your head. You're rewriting what you should have said to finally win. But the conversation's over. The only thing hurting you now is the echo. Letting go means realizing that this is not happening anymore, except in my mind. And if it's only alive in your mind, you have the power to let it go. Or maybe you didn't get the job. Maybe you gave it everything, the interview, the prep, the follow-up emails, but they chose someone else. And now the voice in your head says, was I not good enough? Maybe I'm just not meant to win. But what if the door that closed was grace in disguise? Letting go here looks like saying, I trust that I don't need what didn't choose me. Clinging to rejection is how we reject ourselves. And here's the big one. Something just didn't go the way that you need it to go in order for you to feel okay. That's it. That's the whole problem. That's all it ever was. That's all it ever will be. And I'm going to tell you something else, something wild, that once you see it, you can't unsee it. The only reason that you suffered in the past is because you needed it to be the way you needed it to be in order to feel okay. The only reason that you feel anxiety about the future is because you hope it will be the way you hope it will be in order for you to feel okay. And the only reason that you still struggle today is you currently need it to be the way you currently need it to be in order to feel okay. Every single one of those paths, past, future, present, is built on the same root: resistance to what is, and reaching for control. Control that was never really there. It was the illusion of control. Your job is not to control life. Your job is to experience it. Control and suffering go hand in hand. So what happens if you stop resisting? What happens if you just let go? Not give up, not numb out. Just release the death grip you've had on how it should have been. You let the moment be what it is. You let life be what it is. And suddenly there's space, there's peace. Because now you're not fighting anymore. You are the sky. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are just clouds passing through. They come, they go. Some are dark, some are light, but none of them are you. Letting go means letting them drift by without needing to hold them. But the moment you reach out and grab a cloud and tear it open and demand why it's a cloud, that's the moment you become the cloud. And that's where suffering begins. So here's your practice. Take a deep breath in, let it out, and now ask yourself, what am I holding that I don't need to hold anymore? Let it rise, let it move, let it be, let it go. You don't need to fix the past. You don't need to win the argument. You just need to surrender to the truth that peace is already here. You've just been looking for it in control. You can let go. You are allowed to feel peace again. So if this reached you, drop a comment, let me know, what are you ready to release today? And remember, what you don't let go of will drag you. So for more on how to let go and leave
love, acceptance is needed in your life. I do feel that you're going to get into action about something, or you're going to take action on a situation. I do feel that this is something positive that's coming for you, sweetheart. But I do feel that acceptance is certainly needed with regards to a situation. I feel that acceptance is going to bring about a new beginning, sweetheart. You're going to move on from it. Once you accept the situation,